All right, let's do it. Say hey, everybody. Alex Cooper here from Sorare FP. I am joined by the doctor. Back for week 2 of this road to glory. Dr. M starting her Sorare journey, and it was a mixed bag in week 1. So let's do it. Let's hop right into it. We're gonna rebuild this lineup. We're gonna talk about maybe some semi-pro options, and then I am gonna build my lineups for the weekend as well. And she's gonna get out of here, unfortunately for y'all. But hi.
Hi.
All right. So we had pretty similar teams in week 1.
Hmm.
Are we up? Showing. All right, there it is. Okay. So this is what happened. I mean, 314, not a bad score if you're in a normal competition. Unfortunately, in these amateur competitions, you're playing the whole of So Rare, and everyone is playing, so you pretty much got to nail it. What's up, Jack? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us. So, I mean, realistically, Holland and Saka did what you needed them to.
Hmm.
Trippier did not, and then definitely not Ramsdale and Son. I just realized that they spell Son's name with an H on the card.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah, I'm trying to, look at the score, look at my place in terms of the grand scheme of things, I suppose. So I ended up coming in, what, almost 23,000 out of like 94,000 players, something to that effect. So the fact that I placed in the upper half on my first week is something that I am okay with recognizing, like giving myself some flowers for that to an extent. Winning 30 coins doesn't resonate with me to the same extent, especially because I looked at what I could do with them and it was, add a cool header to my profile. So didn't pique as much excitement and makes me want to go back and correct things that I did from last week, including maybe make a different captain decision. What do you think?
I mean, we went over the captain decision
I
kind of at
know.
length,
Yeah.
and I think it was the right decision. It was just that was something I was going to look at. So Jack brings it up in the chat. The sun penalty was incredibly
Ay,
soft.
ay, ay.
It was horrible. Being Spurs fans, obviously it was worse, but I have no idea. I could not believe they called it, other than that it was the referee who's awarded more penalties than anyone in the Premier League. So, I mean, his score wouldn't have been much better. You would have got 25 points more. Like 47 isn't going to change anything, but I'm a little worried about Sonny's output from a Sorare sense, but let's take a look. I'm interested in Trippier because I mean Newcastle scores 5 and he doesn't do much. He scores a 60 base. What's up, Bob? Thanks for joining us, buddy. Hope your meeting went well. All right, so here we are. Sven Botman does well. He has a decisive. Tonali okay with a decisive. Isak okay with 2 decisives. Gordon okay with a decisive. I mean, Gordon really looks like the best player. Harvey Barnes put up an 82 off the bench in his debut for Newcastle. So let's see. What did Trippier actually do? Well, some on the fouls. The one goal hurts. Nothing. He does nothing defensively, which is not new. A ton of possession lost. Not as many possession won, which is normal. 50-50 duels. I mean, interception is defense, but 10 missed passes isn't great. But so I assume this is just kind of him being aggressive.
I do appreciate that the decisive and all around scores are relatively well balanced. So,
Well, and that's why we went with him too.
exactly.
We were just kind of hoping for a decisive. Like if he gets a decisive, all of a sudden he's an 85, and you're very happy with that out of your captain. So, and then we look at the attack. So this is what he does: 4 key passes, 10 penalty area entries, which is great for a defender. Big chance created. So I mean, yeah, I mean a 60 is pretty good in a game where you lost 4 for a goal conceded, and otherwise it would have been a 14-point swing the um, with a clean sheet. So all of a sudden, I mean, say they don't score that goal and he gets one of those 5 assists, which he will do over the course of the season, then all of a sudden you're looking at a 89. So it really wasn't as bad an outing. It's just those decisives are very key,
Yeah.
which is not surprising. But
It is one of those things where 2020 hindsight is really bugging me to the extent that I went back and forth with thinking about captaining Tripp based on his all around compared to Holland based on his decisives. And I'll tell you, my parents visited with us this weekend, and my mom was stunned by Erling Holland. She said probably at least 3 times how fast he was, how strong he was, how big he looked compared to other players. So, if even my mom is kind of picking up on things like that in a sporting sense, it's like, all right, he do be doing something. And obviously that's reflected in the decisive score that had I made that riskier decision as I'm so averse to doing, uh, my captain choice would have worked out much better for my placement this week. But again,
wouldn't have made
2020.
wouldn't have made a difference
Well, yeah,
because you need everything to go perfect in amateur, and I mean, it starts and ends with your keeper, unfortunately, and as we know, that's a crapshoot. What's up, Mike? Welcome.
hey, I'm just drawing some amount of self esteem from working my way up the leaderboard. Like, I'm gonna take that sort of data where I can get it, even though I understand that Aaron Ramsdale was the reason, one of the reasons, I suppose, a variety of different reasons. I don't want to blame Sonny. I don't. I can't do it in my heart. So yeah, per Sorare's pleasant little message there. No luck for me this time, but win some, lose less, I guess.
All right, well, let's start building for next week. You got 4 swaps. You can do whatever you want. So let's start there.
All right.
Actually, let's edit a lineup. All right. So Ramsdale against Palace is not bad. You're not going to want to use Saw, but he's just there for salary. All right. So Trippier against City, not great.
Mm-mm.
Saka against Palace is fine. You're not going to use Almiron, so he's on the block. You can do whatever you want with Sonny. And then Holland's got Newcastle, which is not his best matchup, but not not the worst situation. So
Yeah, I don't like that negative correlation between City and Newcastle as well.
right.
So that I think makes my captain decision for me to an extent.
Well, do you even want to
Maybe.
keep Trippier? That's the
That's
question.
yeah.
So let's go over to our pick scores really quick. Let's look at who Sorare Data likes in the Premier League this week.
Sorry, I don't have any information about that.
Google does not. Google's not going to help us, which is very unfortunate. All right. Okay. All right. So we got big swaps. Holland, they love, unsurprisingly. Newcastle's good. But I mean, you can probably cut some salary there. So I mean, Trent against Bournemouth is fantastic and a pretty easy swap for um, Trippier. So that would be the first thing I do because there's no benefit to keeping Trippier if you have 4 swaps. If you're not going to use him this week, and you can just swap him right back.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I was thinking long term for the course of the season because I do think that keeping or having Trip for the course of the season is something that would be helpful. But do we know when the new cards are coming out and I won't be able to have these 4 swaps?
We still don't know.
All right. Well, yeah, I also like Trent. What is the comparison in price or point value rather?
Quite a bit. 70,
Okay.
72 for Trent, 60 for Tripp. So you're going to have to make some concessions somewhere if you do that. There's also Andy Robertson on the other end who doesn't score nearly as well, but it's a great matchup, and he's only on a 46, so that is an option as well. You could also opt for Bruno, find a way to get him in.
How outlandish would it be to go for our boy Dominic?
You can't get him.
Oh, because of the multiplayers on the same team situation?
No,
Or what?
because until the new cards come out, he only has Bundesliga cards.
Oh, that's
So
right.
players who have transferred, you are not able to get an amateur quite yet. You could get his card on the market and use him in semi-pro, but you cannot use him in amateur currently.
I see. That's right.
Mike says Holland seems to be locked out from scoring of late. I mean, he looked good this weekend, but it was Burnley. He doesn't do much else. You need him to score goals, or else you're kind of sunk. So, all right. So I think the first question, I think the first decision is Trent or Andy, who I guess now just goes by Andy Robertson, not Andrew. But it just depends on. I guess the question therein is, would you rather Bruno Fernandez?
Mm.
Because you could go Bruno and Robertson and still look pretty good. Let's go back to the swaps really quick now that we kind of know what we're looking at. So, like, say you traded in Trippier and, well, in that case, you'd have to either trade in Saka or Sonny.
Mm.
Saka's up here towards the top. They are away to Palace, which is kind of a whatever matchup. Palace isn't going to do much, but
Well, and if Fernandez is away at Spurs, it would probably make more sense to get rid of Sonny, yeah?
yeah, I just didn't think you'd want to do that.
I mean, in my heart, I really don't. I really don't. But the 4 swaps
Yeah,
and knowing I could get him back.
you can get him back whenever you want.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm willing to make those sorts of concessions and put it in my head as like, oh, I'm just sitting him on the bench for this week rather than banishing him to the locker room forever. So I'm okay with making that swap
So
for this week, getting rid of Sonny and Trip.
Bruno or Trent?
Mm,
Because you have the cheap option in Robertson, and then there's not as many cheap options. I don't see a great cheap option for your other spot.
Can I see a little bit more about Trent and Bruno? I'd like to understand what their
Yeah.
decisives and things like that kind of look like.
Here's Bruno.
Alrighty.
These are the 2 best scorers in the Premier League.
Yes.
46 decisive, 20 all around. 44, 22. So 46, 20, 44, 22. Pretty similar. Here's Trent. Here's Bruno. The matchup is definitely better for Trent. But again, if you go with Trent here, then you're looking to either replace. You could bring in Mbwemo for 58. Ollie Watkins actually isn't a bad shout at forward. Any thoughts in the chat here? Yeah, I mean, you have other options. I like Matoma against Wolves. So let's look at Bruno against some of the tougher. All right.
Okay.
Oh, that's a Portugal game. All right. Chelsea scored, but not a lot of all around. Brighton, a lot of all around, not a lot of scoring. Last time against Spurs, good in both contexts, even though they should have been worse, technically. But yeah, you're seeing all around scores of like 39, and if he pairs that, I mean, yeah, like against Betis, like 2 decisives and 24 all around.
Huh.
Nuts against Palace. Yeah, Mike, we're definitely getting rid of Son. I think he's out this week for sure. It's just a matter of Bruno and whomever at defender, or sorry, Bruno and Andy Robertson at defender, or Trent, and figure it out from there. Yep. 60 and 60 against Spurs, but different Spurs team.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got?
So,
What are you thinking?
my thought is I think I'd prefer to go with Trent just because I think that there's a better chance of some decisive play against Bournemouth compared to Spurs. And that could be my own fandom bias playing into that, but I do have hope in Trent. Maybe that's a dangerous or dumb thing to feel.
It's the hope that kills you.
Yeah, right?
All right. Okay, so you got 49 to replace the forward position. You still have 2 more moves. So as of right now, your lineup is Holland, Saka, Trent, and Ramsdale.
Should I prioritize a forward or a goalkeeper?
Definitely forward.
Okay.
Keeper is just a grab bag.
Now, I noticed, what was the person's name? Mbeumo.
Yeah.
He had come up on Sorare data as well, correct?
Yes, he did. I'm considering buying him,
Okay.
which will be part of the stream a little bit later. But yeah, 58, you would then have to make moves elsewhere.
Gotcha.
But I think he's a fine play. He's away to Fulham, which isn't great. So let's look at forwards only.
How much am I working with? 49? Was that correct?
49 currently, but you can still shave a little. You can work down 2 with Almiron, which isn't going to help. You can't go any lower there. Yeah, so you really don't have a ton to work with.
Now, what was I able to get for 49 per Sorare data?
At forward, straight swap, Cody Gakpo is technically good, but he was playing kind of in the midfield last game.
Gotcha. Turns into a stack, does it not?
Technically, yeah. See,
for the week.
center mid, and he scored 34 with a negative all around.
Okay. That was against Chelsea, though. They're playing Bournemouth? Is that what that was?
Yeah, but like if you look at where he's at here,
Okay, he's further back, fewer decisives.
yeah, I mean just not
Things
his
like that.
natural position.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a different. I was actually very surprised by that. Jack likes Emblemo. Ooh, Mike mentioned Rodri.
We talked about Rodri last week. Rodri. How did Rodri do this past week?
He scored immediately,
Yeah,
or
that's
had an
right.
assist immediately, I believe. There's also Sterling.
Do you like Sterling?
Oh,
Antonio?
no. No.
I got excited about Antonio.
Julian Alvarez is stepping into a big set share with um, with De Bruyne out
Oh, true.
for a bigger set share. Can you get him?
He's out indefinitely.
Yes.
Sweet Kev.
So you could go forward stack with Holland and Julian Alvarez.
Color me intrigued by that particular combination. Ooh.
Well, he's coming off the bench most of the time in these scores. So like here is his starts.
So will he likely be starting given Kev's absence?
Yes.
Gotcha.
There's a good chance. I mean, he had an assist and he had 17 all around against Burnley. But yeah, so he is going to be stepping into a bigger role. Mike, we're playing with 49 currently, but we can still shave some down, but that would involve getting rid of Saka or Holland. So we're kind of going on a budget. I actually really like the Alvarez thing. I just need.
I do too.
Well, yeah. So Mike does suggest Rodri at 58, but then we still need a.
I'd have to shave 5 off elsewhere.
Yeah. Let me check on Alvarez really quick. See what his projected 70%. You never know with Pep. So that's the thing.
I think I'm down to go with Alvarez, honestly, because I like the fact that I wouldn't have to shuffle too many other things around. I want to hold on to Holland. My next thing is just going to be deciding on a captain.
Really quick, what is Saka's? Where is Saka?
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, he's double A. Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's
so
fine.
you're fine. You're fine with Saka.
I'm gonna hold on to Saka.
Okay. All right. Yes.
Especially against Palace, too.
Really quick, let's check on keepers and see if there's anyone that looks better than Ramsdale for 44. No.
Nope.
I don't think you can get Sanchez either, so. Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Seems to make sense to me.
You still have 2 swaps, so if you want to make a change later, that's great. So this is your line. It filled it in automatically.
There you go. I mean,
Seems like Trent is the guy you wanted. It's just, do you want Trent or Holland? But Holland is facing Newcastle, so it's not as much of a sure thing, but it's Holland.
let's see. How have Trent and Holland each performed against their respective opponents in recent years or recent seasons, I suppose?
Trent against Bournemouth, I'm sure was fine. I don't know how much of a actual tell that is because
Oh, well.
9-0, 9-0 Liverpool last August.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a repeatable situation.
And then a 68 in 65 minutes last year, so he might have gotten hurt. I don't know what was going on there. And then again, Holland could have been playing a completely different pre-Saudi money uh, Newcastle team. 60 with a negative all around.
Yellow card though.
That's only like minus 4 points, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's not decisive.
Yeah, I'm still learning how much each action is worth, how much of a difference it makes.
Yeah.
And obviously, I mean, Sonny's penalty was a lesson for that. I think I'm gonna reverse my strategy from last week, and I'm gonna take more of a risk with Trent's potential higher probability of decisives. I don't know. Is that risky? Is that too risky?
I don't know what you're saying.
I mean, he did well.
Who is the risk?
No, just like banking on a decisive compared to an all around.
Okay. And who would that be?
Trent?
Trent's got a much bigger floor than he's got way more all around. He would be the all around guy. And
Oh, okay.
your other guys would be your.
Oh, I was just thinking, given his 100 that he scored.
Yeah, that was a
Last time.
That was a 60 decisive. So he had an assist in there, and he had a 60 all around.
Oh, okay. I had mixed it up. No, yeah. In that case, I'm just gonna keep Trent. The reasoning is just backwards.
Yes.
So
Okay.
that'll do.
There's your lineup.
Excellent.
And then we gotta work on getting you a semi-pro team because Gator Guy said it on this week's limited time only with Keith. You know, you can do a road to glory for free, but like it's still glory if you spend like $50. And we don't even have to spend that. We just got to get you another player, get you another lineup, and might be easier to churn. But we'll tackle that next week. How about that?
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
All right. Have fun, kids.
Yeah. Good luck.
Fingers crossed.
All right. Okay. That's Dr. M. Round of applause. We're rooting for the Julian Alvarez, Erling Haaland double decisive. We need the assist to the other this week, and then we'll just hope Ramsdale actually does something, and then Saka and Arnold bring us the all around. So, all right. I myself have a ton of lineups to build, relative to this at least. Not as many as probably some of y'all out there, like Mike and the gang. But we got some limited lineups to do. Let me actually sign in myself here, and we'll get going. So I'm in a weird spot right now where I am initially built for the Premier League. I wanted to enter Premier League Pro, and I just wanted that to be my main contest. And then now what's happening is I'm expanding outward a little bit. So let's go over back to Sorare data and go into the lineup builder and take a look at what I'm looking at. And I'm actually going to lean on y'all a lot because I don't even know where to start, to be honest. I have some good options. I don't know what contest to put them in. Like I said, they're largely Premier League. So here's just a view of my roster. I have the fun Nashville handcuff where Joe Willis lost his father-in-law, and we didn't really know until a round lock, and then he's back, and all of a sudden we don't know he's going to play. It doesn't really matter this week because they're facing Messi, so I'm not prioritizing that, but it's just fun to look at. I wasted Bern Leno's 100 last week. All right, midfielders. I got a ton of those. Excited to run out my Ryan Gall this week. My one-off Bundesliga, Jonas Hoffman. I don't know what that's going to look like with him going to Bayer Leverkusen. But also Luis against Everton. Got March and Gross against Wolves, even though they're away. Dewsbury Hall, who just smashes in the championship, and then some more solid. So yeah, I have solid midfielders. I got Hakimi, who I bought for um, Champion Europe, and it was helpful, but no decisives in that lineup. Still ended up with a tier 4. So basically, what I'm getting at is I have a decent enough team to run out Premier League Pro, but it's not the best contest to prioritize. So it's kind of like, do I prioritize cap 240 and maybe use one of my better players there and only grind out a threshold? If I go over to Champ Europe, I definitely need a forward. So let's just have it suggest a lineup for me. I'm fine with that lineup, obviously, but like Kenny Tete doesn't really do much for me. Um, I mean, yeah, I would just run Hakimi. I don't know why we'd run Tete there, other than the stack. Um, Louise could be any of these guys, honestly. I like Villa at Villa Park against Everton. But then, yeah, so obviously we'd need a forward. Which brings me to the next part. I'm considering a couple different forwards. I am between, and this is very dependent on price. I'm very much considering Marvin Duksch, $16 in the first tier of player. In the same tier, there's Andre Kramaric. Better team. You're looking at a 44 decisive versus 8 all around, as opposed to Duksch, who's 47-1 and 9-7. So kind of the same, but gonna be on a worse team and worse matchups. But the price is just about the same. And then moving up the price tiers, there's Nico Gonzalez, $38, 44-8 decisive, 16.5 all around. There's Emblemo, who we were just talking about, 44 and 7-6. Been a lot better lately. Been better without Ivan Toney. I think that's kind of the main thing. 44-8 without subs. And then there's the nuclear option. And if I'm playing in Champ Europe, going big is going to likely be the smart decision. Like, if I want to win anything, it's just like fork over the $72 for Domenico Berardi. To everyone in the chat, uh, if you're up on this, what's the deal with Berardi to Lazio? Because I heard about that and then it kind of fizzled out. Is he a risk? It feels a little risky. I could wait on these cards and just kind of punt. I could wait till the new cards come out. Wembo does go against Leno. All right, thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, so that's the other thing too, Jack, is I don't know that I actually want to prioritize Champ Europe this week. Like, I don't feel like I have the juice. I feel like I can do some other things. So let's go back here real quick. So yeah, obviously this lineup would need a forward that's not Willian. I just, looking at it, it doesn't feel like it's that good, and I don't want to, you know, I had a decent week last week. Here's what I'm talking about with the handcuff going wrong. Need Luan Perez to drop a decisive and 10 more all around to get me this threshold. But so last week, here's my Champ Europe. Obviously, the Pope concession hurts. Tripp doesn't do everything I need him to. Wrong cap. Hakimi smashes. And then Asensio doesn't do much. 378 points, and I'm pulling a tier 4. So it's like, I won Suso, who I sold for $5, which is what I would get by just winning the threshold. So to me, that says just build for 240 and then figure it out for there. Or build for even Premier League, which Might be a little harder to win. What does my best Premier League team look like according to Sorare data? We don't know that Akanji's going to start. Kind of my best option, though. And I can spend more money. It's just I don't really know where to go. What does my best 240 team look like? Got a couple of stinkers in there. And Trejo and Alex Moyle. All right, let's scrap it and see if I can put together something a little better. I am very much open to suggestion. All right, at 240, I mean, what about Hector Herrera? He's on a 62. But I mean, Savarino was on a 65. Gold on a 67. Like, I think I would just go with Herrera. Is he really in down form? Yeah. He's been fine. Felipe Anderson. I don't even know where he's at anymore. He's not in Lazio. There's still Lazio, is he? He is at Lazio. I mean, I love seeing a 36 all around, even against Empoli. Wow, I actually like those prices a lot. Or those scores, rather. I'm just like, I'm kind of set on Berardi, but I don't even want to spend that much. All right, so versus Nico Gonzalez. Yeah, I mean, dang. I do like Anderson, and my preference too, as I continue to build, is, you know, I would like to move into Serie A. If there is going to be, another pro lineup that I play, which is kind of how I want to build currently. I don't know if it's a smart thing. Like, Felipe gets me there. Like, that's a solid price graph. Or, sorry, score graph. I keep saying price graph. The price is good too. But, like, I'll take my 80s out of a forward that often. I like him a lot. So I think I want to aim for 240 because I don't think I'm going to burn too many of my best players here. Like, I might use one or two, like Herrera. Use Iago Aspas for, you holding my price down because, like, it's not like I'm going to play him in another contest. Tolo's good. All right. So let's do that. Let's go Herrera. I might move up to Steel. How about Biragi? First game back is a little scary for me, honestly. How about Tolo? Let's just go Tolo. Home against Atlanta. Forward will go Aspas. And then 42. I could do Trejo. But he's not very good. Trejo away to Granada. Decent odds. He's just not very good. And then I got Moyle home to Messi and the gang. Yeah, Jack, I'm a little worried about um I'm a little worried about Asensio. I got an offer today for they were going to give me Hugo Lloris, and I was kind of thinking about doing that. It was Hugo Lloris and someone else. I was thinking about doing that and just taking a roll of the dice and hoping Lloris goes to Lazio and then maybe starts getting minutes. But guy canceled, and I didn't have to make the decision. All right, so Pick Score loves Moyle compared to Trejo, mostly because he's very much in the projected lineup. Both of their scoring history is bad. The odds are just better for Trejo. Hmm. If I could just get a goal and 37 all around out of Alex Moyle, we'd be fine. um, let's see. I don't mean to dwell on this one decision this long, but I mean Trejo's probably not much better. Yeah, he isn't. We go Moyle. It feels like more of a sure thing, and I'm not going to use him elsewhere, so I think that's fine for a 240 team. And Leno is really the only player that I sacrificed. That I would definitely use in a better lineup. So, okay. Um, Now the next build. How about Premier League Pro? We're just going to go with Holland because he's by far our best option. I think we're going to go with Douglas Luiz on a 61, though. That's tough. Yeah, I mean, these guys are 62s. Not much better. Hey. It'd be a lot better if De Bruyne wouldn't hurt. Yeah, so I think we're going to have to pay up for Dougie Luiz. We're going to go with Steele. Got 99 to play with. All right, let's look at Andy Robinson. Gives us 54 in the extra spot. One off from Sun, which doesn't help us a ton. How about this? How about we roll with Jota? And then just go big here with, do you like Solly or Gross? So glad I got in on him. All right, let's look at how they did against Luton. Obviously, different teams. Gross more in the midfield. March up here. All around a 10. Gross all around a 42. That says all I need to know. Gross almost scored as well. So, yeah. I actually feel like Gross is a better captain play than Dougie Louise. He was scoring. He does score a decent amount. He just doesn't put up those monster numbers as much as Gross in the all around. But it's Everton. But it's Wolves. They're home against Everton. I don't like banking on the goal. I don't like doing that. Also, we can move up to Tete here. If I trusted Akanji to start, I might think about that. But let's go with Tete. I'm going to cap Gross. I might regret the Jota thing. He's either going to be really good or really bad. But, like, compared to what the rest of my lineup looks like, I'm fine with it. I believe Gross was on pens. Yes. Oh, so are you saying that maybe that is inflating his scores a little bit? Because, yes, I believe that was the case. He mostly has assists, though. Captaining a defensive mid doesn't feel like a great idea, but I mean, Douglas Luiz is kind of the same thing, so. Make sure I still have Jota. I think I made all of my Premier League swaps already. Oh no, I still got a couple to play with. That's right, I brought in Reece James despite the fact that he might be hurt. So. Whatever, it's amateur. I don't really care. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just really like AA monsters. That's tough. All right, I burned two really good players there. All right, what can I actually do now in Champion Europe? Pretty much the same team. It's just the Pope against City thing, which is troublesome. This just makes me want to buy a forward even less at this point. So I might just kind of run this as my backup, but I don't hate that lineup. I don't know anything about Cap 270. I don't know what the prize pool looks like. It's pretty solid. God, I just love the ETH rewards. You know, like there's no chance I'm going up here, but dang, my team was so good last week. Boy, I don't know. I also got an MLS Pro. Only 200 cards given out in any of those. The contest selection just it's very tough for me, if that's not apparent already. Like I don't know where the prize pools are best at this point. So my best players left are all mids. Savarino, Gald, Hoffman. Maybe MLS Pro does behoove me. It's just I'm going to end up wasting so many points on those two guys. And Messi. What does my team look like if I run? Gold. It's not even doable. Who did I say? Japalo? Yeah. Oh, it's so close to doable. So close. If Panico were to start, let's say we play Willis here. Can I get a 24? No. No. No one who's going to start. That's funny. What's the All-Star prize pool? 2.5K prizes. That contest doesn't look good at all. All right, we're just going to go cap 270. We're going to go cap 270 because I like those prizes more. Now we're going to start banging this out. We're going to make some amateur teams and we're going to get out of here. Okay. So I'm fairly certain. Damn, Dewsbury Hall. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go him there. Let's go Gald. Our keeper is going to be Jansen at home with a decent win share. All right, we got 101 left for a defender and a forward. Biragi at 54 gives us what? 47 at forward. Not playing Teal. If I knew Adeniran was going to play, that would make me feel a lot better. Goodness gracious, if I had a better feel for this, still would be silly. All right, maybe Gald doesn't get used here. Maybe Gald goes to MLS Pro. Boy, I mean, these guys are just too expensive. I haven't even used Solly March yet. All right, we're going to go down to Chapalo. Now we got 57 to play with. We could go Bowen against Chelsea or Son against United, and that's not great. Savarino's not in a great spot. So Asensio, Jack. Asensio's not projected to play. That's why I've kind of been avoiding him. He's 25 on Play Sharper. He's, what did we just see? Yeah, 94% bench on Sorare data. I'd love it if my keeper weren't taking up so much, but like I just don't know what to do about the I mean, I don't want to start anyone against Messi. But yeah, I have a Kimi. Which would make more sense anyway. Let's try Dewsbury Hall at midfielder and see what we can shake out. Because I might have a decent, cheaper fella. Let's just say we go Sava. Or Bongo. Yeah, Sava's better. Better. A lot better there. Man, I so badly wish a dinner on. I wish I knew, man. So Rare Data seems to think that he's playing. Play Sharper's got him at 45. Like, if I could do that, man, we would be cooking. I could just double up on Sav, but we just don't know. So, all right. If I felt like Asensio was going to play, man, I would just drop him in here. But now we need 48 extra. Bonaventura is not horrible. Again, Asensio would be would be perfect. We could run Glesnes at home against Dallas. I got Luan Perez on the road. think I might just go Bonaventura here and move on. Kapakimi. That's not too bad. All right, now we're going to go to MLS Pro. This one should be fairly easy. I just need to decide which one of these jackass keepers is actually going to start. I think because this is MLS play, I think Willis is going to go. That just makes me. I should just build this lineup last. Although I don't have any other keepers, so let's just build it. Boanga, Bongo, Chow, Glesnes. That's perfectly fine, although I should probably build my MLS lineup first. So save that for now. We're going to go back over here. Let's start building these. All right, so we already build the Bundesliga amateur. We're going to build the amateurs so I know what I actually have. So here's that. That's great. I'm happy with that. Let's build MLS amateur really quick. So I have Messi. That's that. I'd like to get galled. Getting Ricky Puig. Oh, I have Ricky Puig. All right, that's easy. John Tolkien on a 55 would be cool. Has Kai Wagner been back? Reynoso card would be great. All right, so yeah, we're going to go. This is kind of easy, actually. So we're going to swap. And we're going to get John Tolkien and a keeper. Got two swaps. Defense. Kai's out. And then we'll get rid of Georgie, probably. Tolkien. All right, we got 53 for a keeper. Come on over here to play sharper. Andre Blake. You're just talking about cutting bait. Oh man, I love Takaoka. Takaoka? Blake's gonna start, right? Trading away Kai Wagner and then bringing in his keeper seems kind of silly. But ooh, a four against Inter Miami. They haven't kept a clean sheet in a long time. Carlos Carnal against DC would make sense. Yeah, let's do that. Let's bring in. So we can actually hold Georgie. Get rid of Kalina, I think. And then Cornell? Yeah. Okay, cool. That way we still have big homie for next week. Georgie. Bang, 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 bang. Okay, good. Now we can go on and make our MLS Pro lineup, which we kind of already did. And again, we're just betting that Joe Willis is going to be back because he was on the bench last game. But he is out of contract after the year. Although, if we just go for the backup, we're still at a messy range, aren't we? By a lot. By 13. All right, that lineup's a lot better. All right, cool. But can we get up to? We can't get up to Willis. I have no idea what's actually happening. I have no idea if Willis is actually going to start. I think this is just going to be his last ride. No, we're not using Teal Bunbury. No, just give me the blanket lineup. That's the one. Okay. The lineup's definitely better with our backup friend in, but that is what it is. Bundes, we already know what that's going to be. Oh, now you want Plie in, huh? Instead of Max Arnold? Nah. Nah. Nah, we ain't gonna do that. Alright, let's build another. Let's build a Serie A. Providel against Lecce. Damn, I forgot about Jan Sommer being home. That's Inter. Go get Alex Merritt. Never did anything for me when I had him before. Vanja on a 54. We'll worry about keepers later. All right. Gio Di Lorenzo is a monster. I think I should probably bring him in. I got to get rid of Lazar. My forwards are booty. Okay. So yeah, I would like Di Lorenzo. I don't think I can get Çalhanoğlu. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, 4 swaps. Okay, we have 11 to play with. That's great. Providel on a 56. We're going to grab a couple of points there. So first thing we're going to do is add Merritt and Gio Di Lorenzo. Okay, we got 6 to play with. So we got Merritt. We got D'Lo. We got Kvarat And then we need a couple more plays. Oh yeah, man. I like Mignon a lot. I love Magic Mike. I'm a big fan of Armand Lorient. Can I get Chalanoglu? That's the first question. I cannot. Okay. So I think, yeah, I think we want either Lorient or Turam. Thram, rather. I just don't know what he's going to look like for that team, for Inter. I am a big fan of Ademola Lookman. I like to Coop minis. All right, let's do that. Let's get rid of. Let's bring in Armand again. And let's bring in Toon. And then we got to get rid of Strafezza and Lamar, and we're there. Okay, we're back. Oh, we got 3 players from Lazio. Oh, that's right. I got Curvat. All right, now we can add Magic Mike. How about that? Can I? Oh, 58. I can't pull that off. All right, we got to dip lower. I think we're going to go with Stefano Sensi. No. Can't do Zelensky. All right, we need to find someone who's going to start. And we need it to be. Man, I don't know that I can justify 58 on a keeper. Yeah, let's just look for a keeper that's going to. I just can't do Magnan there. Montipo against Empoli. Not going to be able to get Patrizia. Not going to be able to get Somar. I don't think we can get Szczesny. I already got Pietro Terracano. Hmm. Well, maybe we just keep Providel this week. We trade in Simone Verdi and just get a forward under 42. Because he's just going to sit the bench. Or is he? Wait, hold on. Hold up. All right. Di Lorenzo, Laurent, Coupmenier, and Carvaccelia. Yeah, let's do that. I don't care if he's going to start, but it'd be great. Can't get Dusan, can't get Pulisic. Can I get Xerxes? I don't think I can get Xerxes. I can. All right, that's our man. Okay. Right. Yeah, Juve and Roma don't have cards. That's right. Okay. I don't have Ronaldo Sanchez. Biragi cap, huh? I don't know about that. pretty much everyone on the road. It's not what you want to see. I am not captaining Baragi. Let's just cap Cravat. Wow, I barely have any interest in doing French League and French League and La Liga. Whatever, we don't need those. Okay. French League it is. I think I already built this before, but with 4 swaps again. I don't think any of the guys that I originally grabbed are worth my time. So Kekere and Cherokee are fine. I guess Pow is fine. Yeah, this is rough. I could go out and reclaim Rami Cabella. I think it's time to bring Mbappe back. So we're going to do that. If Mbappe doesn't work out, then so be it. I can't bring Mbappe back. Oh, yeah. Are they not on the platform anymore? All right. Teddy Tuma, I wish. Raka. Beautiful. Go ahead and lock them in. Sakari's fine. Sanchez obviously doesn't help me. What defenders? Any decent defenders? I think Chao Henrique is pretty solid. Get us a little coin back. Huh. Apparently I can't use him. All right. Still no Hakimi. Can't use the Debo. I'm just, maybe let's pick score this. French League stuff's wild. All right, Alright, so we got Laka. Can I get Ilman Injai? No, sir. Let's look at defenders. Diakite. Damn. None of these dudes are available. Klaus against Mets? Alright, fine. Lock it in. Yikes. Alright. Let's just see who the best keepers are. I don't know anything about this damn league. All right, Pau Lopez is as good a. All right, Pau Lopez is our keeper. All right, so 51 is where we're looking. Can't get Goncalo Ramos. Can't get Tadibo. Can't get Dembele. Alidu Seidu. I do like Witeska. Hell, man. I think we're just gonna Zakaria. I can't run Zakaria out there. Whatever. I'm not gonna spend. I'm not gonna spend any more time on this team. It's just French League Amateur. It's not gonna. I don't have French cards, so it's whatever. Let's just do it La Liga. I don't know why I'm spending this much time on amateur. All right, so that is set. I should get Jude on my team, huh? Jude and Griso. Because Parejo's not doing it for me anymore. Oh, I can't get Jude. Goodness gracious. All right, we'll do this later. I don't want to worry about this. I don't need to worry about amateur anymore. We got what we needed out of it. I just kind of fell into a hole there. I saved lineups. We'll just go through and build out whatever else we can. Champion Europe would have Nick Pope. God, that's not a bad team. It's really not. for 220, that's great. Perfect. Lock it in. And then we're going to do the champ Europe team. Perfect. Love that lineup. Aside from Willian, maybe we'll just splash and get that Berardi. Like if that's our lineup this week, I know Pope might get battered, but like he could just have a great game. Do we have enough for Champion America? Probably do. Oh God, using gold in that lineup is criminal. I might buy someone to replace a dinner on there. Okay. You know what? Let's bounce that and just build an all-star limited lineup. See what it suggests. Again, straight up, like I could just go get a different keeper and have a decent shot there. All right, that just means we're building depth. I'm fine with that. I'm cool with this actually. And I got some players I can actually throw into. God, I might go buy a keeper. I could see myself spending. I could see myself doing it. Can we make a champion American lineup? Yeah, we got Bingham. Whatever. At least we'll have everyone in the lineup. Okay. That's enough. I think I snuffed off the end enough. Thanks if you hung out with me long enough through this. I'm so scattered at this point, if you can't tell. Like week to week contest wise, it's kind of a nightmare for me at this point. Because my strategy was one specific contest and it's kind of bloomed out to a million other ones. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I mean, plenty of lineups. Plenty of lineups this weekend. So a lot of coin. Lot of coin. Okay, that's going to do it for me. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with me. I know it got a little boring there at the end. Thanks for joining us on this Road to Glory. Dr. M, she appreciates it. I love hanging out with y'all. And then hopefully she can have a little more success. And hopefully all of my lineups can be a little more successful as well. Lord knows there's a ton. But, all right, that's going to do it for me. I will catch y'all. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon.